Alright guys, so today we'll be putting together the Suncast Tremont 8x10 shed. As you can see, it comes delivered in two fairly large boxes. And if you look inside of my garage, you'll see the shed was definitely needed. It's getting really cramped in there. Alright, so this is the dry pour concrete slab I built in the last video. If you'd like to see that full build, I'll link that video in the top right corner. But overall, the slab turned out great. It was just what I needed, and it was at a fraction of the cost. So here are all the shed pieces laid out from both boxes. Before you begin, you'll need to complete the pre-built items, which includes assembling of the windows, the truss, and the roof skylights. I mean, honestly, it took me about 3 hours to complete all the pre-built items. Okay, after assembling the pre-built items, the first step is to connect the 4 floor panels together. Trust me, don't make the mistake I did by not securing the panels to each other with screws at the start. Securing them right away will ensure your floor stays solid throughout the build. Here's a video showing exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I'll begin putting up the wall panels. For the 4 corner panels, as you see in the video, you'll first drop them into the designated slot, then slide them over to lock the panel into place. Once you do that, push down on the opposite side to snap it securely in position. I mean, it's a simple process, but be sure to apply enough pressure to ensure it clicks into the place properly. For the non-corner wall panels, the process is pretty similar. Just drop them into the slot and slide them into the panel next to it, making sure everything lines up correctly. This step is pretty straightforward, but take your time to ensure each piece is securely fitted before moving on. Okay, next you'll see me using the provided plastic screws and tool to secure both panels together. This step is the same for all of the panels, so you repeat it as you go. Here's a close-up video showing how I secure the panels. Okay, so now you see me placing both headers in their designated spots and securing them with screws. And as you can see, I underestimated the weight of these headers and took a little shot to the head there. Okay, so now you see me installing the 2 trusses and the center beam. The trusses were built during the pre-build, so they're straightforward to install. As for the center beam, you'll definitely need a ladder to help with the installation, as it requires a little extra reach. Just make sure that you've got everything lined up before securing it in place. Here's how the truss and the center beam looks once it's all installed. Okay, so as you can see, I went around the shed and installed the roof. It's basically the same concept as all the other panels, sliding and snapping everything into place. Okay, so once the roof is installed and snapped into place, you'll now secure it further with screws. In the next few steps, you'll see me securing the roof to various pieces of the shed, including the wall panels, trusses, and the roof support. These steps are critical and need to be repeated all around the shed to ensure everything is securely attached. Make sure to take your time and properly tighten each screw to ensure the roof stays in place and the entire structure remains solid. Okay, so for some reason the door hinges took me a little longer to figure out than expected. But once I figured it out, it was pretty simple. Basically all you do is just slide the hinges onto the door from the bottom. I mean, it's easy once you get the hang of it, but definitely one of those, that's how it's done moments. Okay, once the hinges are on the door, the next step is to snap them onto the shed. You want to carefully align the hinges with the designated spots on the shed's frame. After you've got everything lined up, secure each hinge with a screw and nut. It's important to tighten each screw and nut properly to ensure the door hangs securely and opens and closes smoothly. Take your time with this step, as getting the hinges firmly in place will make a big difference in the overall functionality of the door. Okay, now I will go ahead and install the door handle and the door latch. and here's the final product. I mean, overall, this was a pretty easy build. It took me about a full day to put everything together on my own, with a few breaks in between. If you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe. Your support means a lot.